Today I want to show you guys Artistic Pursuits. This is book 2 in the elementary series they have for the K through 3 grades. So there are 36 lessons in here. These are by Brenda Ellis. This is the newly expanded and revised edition. This is the 3rd edition here. And it's going to focus more like on the medieval times. If you did book 1, that focuses on the ancient times. Book 2 is more like the middle of history, and book 3 goes all the way up to the modern times. But you can do these books as a standalone book. You do not have to do them in order, or you don't have to do them all. They work fine just on their own. So let's take a look inside. These here are the artists that will be covered in here. This focuses on the artists and their art. So these are the various artists that will be covered in this book. And here we have the materials that will be needed for the entire book. And we like to gather all these materials before the school year starts, so we're ready to go for any project that is in this book. So let's take a look at lesson 1. It introduces our first artist, and then you'll have a page of information about the artist, and then some historical information here, and then your first project. And then the next lesson usually will have some artwork by that artist. And then you will do a project. Usually the project is related to the artwork that you had just looked at. So this one actually has gold as part of the actual art. And so in this project you use gold paper, like you try to get some gold tissue paper and put that into the art, just like this artist put gold into his art. So here's our second artist. Again, you'll read about the artist, some historical information, your project, and then you'll look at some art by the artist and then do a project that is similar. So that is how this book goes throughout. And I have some artwork here that we have done for some of these projects if you're interested in seeing those. So today what we did was making a snowy scene, and this is using some white paint mixed with sand to make the snow, and there's some texture there. So this was mine. This was my snowy scene that I made, and my son made the Titanic hitting an iceberg. So that was his snowy scene using this texture. One of the other projects in this book is doing a watercolor wash. So this makes a nice sky and land here, and then once it dries you can paint on it as well on top of it. So that's one of the projects in this book. Another one of the projects in this book, you use masking tape and you cover up the areas that you want to remain white, then you paint everything else, and then you peel off the masking tape and it creates this effect. So this is something that I had made. And one of the neat things in this book is there's a lot of printing. So you would need to get scratch foam for that. And it looks like this. And this has been cut up into the little rectangles. But what you do is you would use something like this and actually scratch into the foam a little picture of whatever it is that you're wanting to do a picture of. There's just a smiley face. And then what you would do is you would use some printing ink. You would put it on some wax paper, roll it out, roll the ink on your scratch foam, and then you would take a piece of paper and press it on the top and then peel it off, and then on your paper would be a print of your picture. So I'll show you a few of those that we have done to see what those projects look like. So the printing lessons, there's about 6 or more of them, and it's really fun. The kids love doing these, and I let them make as many as they'd like. It's just really fun. This is one I had made of a hummingbird, and I do have one my son made. This is the Britannic, and here's another one. This is a different project in which you do a print that uses 2 different colors. So this is a bird on the water here that I had done. So some of the other projects include making a collage. Here's my son's Titanic again, and there are a bunch of watercolor projects. So here's a watercolor project, and that is what I have to show you of some of our projects we have done. So again, this book focuses on artists and their art, and there isn't really a lot of detail about the artists. There's really just like a page, maybe a page and a half about the artist. And so if your kids are really interested in learning more in depth about the artists, then you may have to find another source for that. Here's an example of putting the ink on the wax paper, rolling it out, and then you press the paper on it and peel it off, and then you see your print. So this is a print, I think on wood, that this artist did. So there's lots of these printing exercises, and they're really, really fun. But if you want to learn more about artists, a series of books that I recommend are Getting to Know the World's Greatest Artists, and these are just perfect for kids. They're funny. There's some comics in here that my kids enjoy reading over and over again, and you get to see more works by the artist, and they're easy to read and interesting and funny. So this is a way to learn more in depth about the artists if you're interested in that. So that is what this book is like, and that is what these projects are like. So I hope you guys enjoyed taking a peek at this book and seeing the kinds of things you would do if you use this in your homeschool. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them below, and I hope you guys have a great day.